flute, right? Murli means flute. Murli means it's the melody of the flute. And Brother Murli, as just like his name, he's very well versed in a lot of aspects. And just to give you a few introduction about him, he's been a meditation practitioner for the past 25 years. And also he's a Rajoga meditation teacher and coordinator of Peace House. It's actually a Brahma Kumari's center at Kota Kinabalu, Sabah. Sabah is another state in Malaysia. And he is a professional engineer with a solid technology background and has a good blend of spirituality and technology in his life. And definitely I can guarantee that, since, like I said, I knew him for a while now. He's also actively involved in community service. He holds some prestigious roles, like being a board member of Tuaran Hospital Visitors Board. He's a life member and an official speaker on healthy thinking for Sabah Pemadam. And it's actually a Malaysian anti-drug association and many more. He's a motivational speaker. He's also an organizer of national and international programs, conducting workshops and training on subjects related to meditation, healthy thinking, mind and emotions. And also, Murli Bhai, Brother Murli, he's also a mentor for many youths for the Brahma Kumari's youth team in Malaysia. So he's created many programs, workshops, retreats for the youths. And so we love to have Murli Bhai. Thank you for spending your time with us right now and sharing. And what I gave you the introduction about him is probably just 1/4 of his bio. And he holds many other, I would say, awards, roles that he plays in Malaysia. So Murli Bhai, stage is yours. And also like to request that this session, actually, in fact, Brother Murli requested this, that he would love it to be interactive. You're most welcome to be interactive. And if you could turn on your camera, it will really feel like we're talking to someone and not just a black box. So it will be wonderful if you could turn on your camera, and we'll make it as interactive. Okay, thank you.
Greeting of peace, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you, Mr. Vino, for the introduction. I really appreciate if I could see you all, because it's good to communicate, and maybe there are things that you all also can share during this session, because it's very important for us to learn certain things and to understand certain things. Okay? There are a few things that we want to touch today. As you all know, you have seen the topic. We'll share with you a slide. Okay? Yes, you can see me, right? So today we are going to look into this aspect. Untangle the web of your life with clarity. You know, there are a lot of things in our life that is happening. And one thing that is very, very important for us is to have clarity in all the aspects. And one aspect or one main point that will really, really help a person to have clarity, is to have a focus. So we're going to look into this aspect. Okay? How I want to take this journey is that first, I will share with you the content. What are the things that we are going to do in this session? So the first thing is that we are going to look into the challenges. Okay? So it's good that you all can get a piece of paper. If you are not driving, If you're not driving, or you're not in the midst of anything, get a piece of paper, get a pen, because I would like for you all to spend time little bit reflecting to the questions that I'm going to share with you. So we look into these challenges. What is actually happening in our life? Okay? The world we know, okay, but our life, our inner life, that's very important. The second one is that we will look into some reflection. Okay. Then I will also share with you some practices. Right? What are the things that we can do to develop this focus? Okay. So are you all ready? Ready? Maybe you can unmute and you can speak. We have allowed you to unmute yourself and you can share your thoughts if you have in between, right? So the first thing that we want to see is that what are the challenges? Okay. First, in our life, we have to have this discrimination, ability to discriminate, because there are a lot of things which are true or false, right and wrong, and we have to make a lot of decisions in our life. Now, these decisions are actually whether you want or not, yes or no, go or no go, sleep or no sleep, eat or no eat. So all these things, the complete opposite, the choices that we have to make, and we have to decide on that. So there are many times that we are very uncertain about this decision. And when we are very uncertain, is my voice clear?
Yes, brother.
Is it clear? Is it echoing?
Yes, G. Yes, yes.
It is good. Yeah, it is good. Yeah.
Thank you. Many things are very unclear to us. And this delays, actually, seriously delays our decision making, our progress in our life. Sometimes we sit down and ponder on it for so many days. And when we are doing that, we are procrastinating a lot of things. We are also sometimes disturbing our daily routine. And this in return disturbs our health and also our relationship with others. Because we are not clear what to do. Right? You all agree with me, right? There are many things. So let's do something now. Take a piece of pen. Take a piece of paper and a pen with you now. Okay? What I want you all to do is that, okay? To write down. Let's do a self-checking. Anything in your life that you are finding it difficult to decide at the present moment. Definitely there are many things stored in your mind. Certain pending work, pending responsibilities, pending decisions that you would like to make, but it's not very clear, still not very clear. And sometimes you'll have 5 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes. Just go within yourself and check. And take this time to do it. To play some song. completed your list already? Not too many, right? But there is another aspect that we need to cover also. You see, there are two types of decisions that we make in our life. One is, just give you an example. You say that, okay, I would like to decide whether I would like to eat or not, right? To eat or not. Whether you want to take breakfast or not. You want to take your dinner or not. So there's a decision, right? You have to make. But then, after you've made your decision, okay, I want to take my breakfast, right? Then you need to have another choice, make another decision. What breakfast to take? So there are two things, right? So that is how actually, just want to share with you. The first one is actually a very clear cut, yes or no. What I want to do or no. Okay? But the second one is actually, I will be judging. I'll be judging. You see, when we are judging, we are actually having a lot of choices, options. You see, I can take cereal or I can take fruits for my breakfast. So these are my choices, right? Now then you see, okay, if I take fruit, these are the benefits. If I take cereal, these are the benefits. Correct or not? So you have a choice. Now, I myself have to make the decision to choose which one I want for me, which is the best for me, right? So I'm just giving you a simple example. But in our life, we have made a lot of decisions by discriminating the issues. Then we have decided, and then later on, we have to make a judgment. In that one, what I would like to do. Like another example is like, okay, you want to buy a car. First of all, you need to know whether you want to buy a car or not. After you have purchased a car, or once you have decided you'd like to purchase a car, then you need to also make a judgment. What type of car would you like to have? Or what color would you like to have? Right? So all these things. So you have a lot of choice. It's not wrong or right. You see, it's not wrong or right or true or false. Both are okay. But for you, what is the best? So these type of decisions that we need to make, or judgment that we need to make, there are a lot of things in our life. Right? So these two things, maybe you can spend another 1 or 2 minutes in your, take this time to see, do you have such judgments that you have to make that are pending in your life currently? So check. I'll play some stuff for you. Do you find it challenging to think about it? To make a list? Yes or no?
No.
No. The list is very long or very short?
Short.
You all can very short. That's very
Short.
good. Not short. Now, as we move on in our journey of our life, more and more difficult situations will come, and a lot of things we need to decide. Right? We need to discriminate, and then we need to make judgments. Right? Because we are bombarded with a lot of information. And I need to know what is right and what is wrong. Okay? And then I will be given a lot of choices. Then I need to know which is the best for me, or which is best for my family, which is best for my society. So these things are very important for us to understand. So these are one of the challenges that we will. What's the next one? In our life, we need to face a lot of things. Okay? Issues will come up. First, in terms of our body, we'll have bodily sickness, okay? Bodily pain, bodily discomfort. Then something related to our relationship. We'll have relationship discomfort or tension. And also we will have issues, we have to face issues financially. So health, wealth, happiness, these three things. And we have to face a lot of challenges. One thing that we really need to understand is that these challenges, although it's coming from inside ourselves, from within, is due to maybe our physical body or the way we think, or it comes from the outside, from the nature, the elements, from society, from the community, because of the policies and all these things.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah. I mean. Yeah.
Everything. Yes. Everything that we are to make a decision or to decide or to face, if it's within my control, then I have a choice. Correct? But sometimes there is a fear. There is doubt. There is worry, right? To face it. Although the decision is mine. Like, see, if you have an headache, you will just take medicine to get rid of the headache. Or you will take a break, a rest. You decide, no? You have a pain and you decide. But certain things we cannot decide. We have fear to decide. We have fear that what if the decision I make is wrong? The actions I take to face it, because it's within my control. It's not out of my control. So the fear is there. So I would like you all to take some time to reflect on this. Okay? Anything in your life that you are finding it difficult to tolerate. Okay? Now, when it comes to tolerance, we must really understand that any situation or circumstances that is beyond my control, I have to tolerate. When you see suddenly it's raining or snowing or it's hot, suddenly somebody else says something about me or accuses me, blames me without any basis. So that is beyond my control. I cannot control Mother Nature just like that. No? I cannot control another human being. No, I cannot. I don't have a remote control to pause that person or to stop that person from speaking anything that person wants or behaving the way they would like to be here. Now, these things, I really need to understand that it is beyond my control. It is beyond my control. So do you have anything in your life that is beyond your control, that you find it very difficult to tolerate? Put it down. I'll play some soft music and we will see. Not only anything, but also anyone. Okay, very important. You can write, I cannot tolerate these things because of this, right? You can blame, no? You just write down. I cannot tolerate this person because of this. I cannot tolerate this situation because of this. No, write it down. Make it very clear, because later we would like to address this issue. And I would like you all to see very clearly why it cannot be addressed and how you can address it and what happens and what to do to address it. And we have to do it, no? So take some time, just write down, because it's very important for us to reflect. Because we should not keep a lot of things here, and that should not disturb us in our daily routine or whatever future endeavor that we are embarking in. Because we tend to keep a lot of things up here, thought. Or we call it, we keep it in our heart. A lot of things, right? Pain, hurt, sorrow, worry, we keep it. We try to keep it. People use the word accommodate. But sometimes it's hurt. Like the body, when the body has a lot of toxins, if the body cannot tolerate, then it becomes cancerous. Then all the sickness comes in, the toxic in our body. So these are the things that is what we refer to as toxic in the mind. Right? Okay. Is your list full? No? Yes? That's if you don't have a lot in your list, that is good. Now let's look at the third one. Cooperation. The challenges that we are facing nowadays is two ways, either to give cooperation or to receive cooperation. Right? Now, what do you feel about cooperation? Because you see, when people talk about, oh, you're not cooperating with me, what actually they're trying to say? Or is it, I would like to cooperate with you. What it means? In a very deep manner. What are the things in our life? We can ask, what are the things in our life that is actually invaluable, that you cannot buy? Can you buy anyone's time? You cannot buy their time. Of course, salary is paid based on hourly job, right? It's like buying, but if a person is giving you their personal time, that is invaluable, right? Second, can you buy energy? Not the electricity energy, Imagine a person is coming and he's giving you his personal energy to assist you. You cannot buy that. Third one is experience. And that is also invaluable. Somebody who has gone through a situation, who is very knowledgeable and experienced in many things, if they come and share with you those experiences, these are the things that you cannot buy. In the sense that not buying, you cannot put a price tag to it. You cannot say that, okay, if you do something to me, I'll pay you $2. But if another person does the same thing, I pay him $4. It doesn't work like that. No? The time is the same. So sometimes certain things in our life, we can't put a price tag. Now, cooperation, the underlying factor is that when I give my time, energy, and experience to another person, I am actually rendering cooperation. If another person is giving me his time, his energy, and his experience to me, then I'm actually getting cooperation. But the challenge is, it's not easy to cooperate, right? It's not very easy to cooperate because there's a lot of other personal factors that is involved in this issue. The person may not be happy with you, the way you address him, the way you conduct yourself, the way you respond to him, or the way you look like. It can be possible, right? So what are the challenges that we are facing? So I would like you to pen down. Anyone in your life that you are finding it difficult to cooperate with. Anyone. Maybe a little bit. No? You feel very reserved towards that person. Certain things okay, but certain things no. Sometimes we do feel like that. Is there anyone in your life? Do you have a villain in your life? Normally, when there's any movie, there will always be a hero and a villain, no? One way or another. No? Do you have any villain in your life? Because anybody who is a villain in your life, then you will definitely find it very difficult to cooperate with them. Or to get cooperation from them. These are the two things. Sometimes people don't want to cooperate with you, and you find out, oh, this person is a villain in my life, right? Take a few moments. Jot it down. Don't worry. Just write it down. Take it out from your mind. It's very important. you can write down who and why. Okay? Who and why. Is the list very long? No? Very short? No list. That's very good. No? But other people may have a list with your name inside there, right? So let me stop sharing now. Okay, if you all can switch on your camera, maybe if you want to share, you can share. Not your personal details, but what you found when you were writing these three things that you find it very difficult to decide, things that you find it very difficult to tolerate, things that you find it very difficult to get cooperation from, or anyone who would like to get cooperation from. What are the things that came to you? What are the reflections? Maybe you can share. Anybody?
What do you, G? Hello, G.
Yes. Kusum, yes.
Yeah, I'm Marie Kusum. It's there, you see, it's constant. I mean, it's unbearable. Okay, I'll tell you, my family broke up like long years ago, but we were all together. So when my husband was here with his wife, I thought, okay, under one sky, we have a family. But now he makes his mind, just one man's decision brings a lot of damage to the family. So he goes off back to Sri Lanka, leaving my son to go to some house. I am in somebody else's house, the other daughter. So this home that he had here in the US was a family gathering. We would gather. Now it's all shattered. how do you tolerate it? I couldn't find an answer while jotting all these down. Okay. Yeah. Okay, it's there. It's very painful,
Yeah.
Nobody wants to talk about it. Even the kids don't want to talk about it. They say, okay, they love the dad so much. The wife says, okay, she's a talented woman. She gave up her career, everything. He leaves his 93-year-old mama. She was also getting shelter from him for a moment. How do you go through that? But of course, I cling to Baba.
Yeah. What's important now is that actually you reflect it. Basically, you have to write it down, right? Just now you wrote down.
Yeah.
You cannot tolerate. These are the things that you cannot decide. These are the things that you cannot get cooperation from, right? You write down.
Yeah.
That's good. So when you take it out, at least something is there now, right?
In writing.
Yeah, good. At least you have taken it out. That's the first step.
Got it. Oh, you pen it down and it's there. Okay. Thank you, G.
Anybody else would like to share? Not the problem, not the issue. We would don't want to know your problem, but what are the things that went into your mind when you were reflecting? These are the things I cannot decide. These are the things I cannot tolerate. These are the things I cannot get cooperation from, or I cannot cooperate. What went to your mind? Leonard? Yeah.
Hi there. Yeah, I guess for me, what was interesting is that, the cycle is clear that there's one particular individual that's linked through all four, and you take your own responsibility for it. And as you said earlier about taking actions that are in your control versus the weather where you're not, in control. My concern is when it affects other people. That's very difficult. That adds an extremely, heavy layer to any decision because it seems so selfish. And yet, it's the right thing. And that you need it for your own survival and for your own peace. And as you say, not to get sick physically. And, I'm a woman and I recognize that we take things on differently and it affects us. So it may be very easy for me to make a choice, but I'm really, really concerned for others, really deeply. So I'm very stuck, immobile.
So you have You have
think-
identified. That's very good. Anyone
Yeah.
else?
I would say that the fear of the consequences of making decision, particularly when you have multiple options open, that is the challenging part of it, because part of that is within your control, part of that is outside of your control. And so I think the fear is the greatest obstacle in making decisions and being able to bear the consequences after that. So that, in my opinion, is not easy many times. Over.
Thank you. So fear, fear of making decisions. Okay. Anyone else?
Yeah. Om Shanti. This is Ranjit. Okay. Yeah. So I tried to search in my list something that comes up. The first thing was difficult to decide. So yes, I picked up one, and the same thing, like you mentioned, the face within your control, tolerate, it's not in your control. So it's in my control, but again, if I make the decisions, and the one sister just shared that the damage control, right? Because it's in my control, and if I make the decision, other is going to be in a problem. So that's fears, and after that, how to face that, because everything is going to come to you. And if it's not in my control, it's easy to let it go sometimes, that it's not in my control. But when it's in my control, it's more difficult, that if I make that decision, of course the damage, the fear of the damage is there. So sometimes it be just okay, let it go, still, but in the mind still it's there, that should I make decision or not? If I make decision, this is the consequences. If it's not, then this is it's in my mind, sometimes, not always, but sometimes. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ranjit. Anyone else? Anyone else who went through this exercise and would like to share their thoughts? Okay, so we have completed our first round. The first round is to identify the challenges, right? Now, I would like to share with you some techniques or some methods. These are very important aspects in our life, because you see all problems in the world, it originates, situation can be the same. It's like, I just give you one example. Two students are going to sit for an exam. One find it very easy to answer the question, and one find it very difficult to answer the question. The questions are the same, but it's difficult for one person and easy for another person. Then you can ask why. Oh, one studied very well and one did not study. Right? Sometimes you see, and another example, if you have an injury, a big cut or serious injury or serious sickness, then for you it's very, very scary, very, very dangerous for you. You feel very certain, But the moment you go to the hospital, the doctor or the specialist or the surgeon, for him, it's not a big issue, right? It's not a big issue. No? He can just clean the wound and he can stitch it up and he say that everything is okay. You take this medicine and you go back home, it will heal by itself. Just don't strain yourself. So certain diseases, certain sickness or certain injuries. So for us, it may be difficult. For the others, it may be very easy. Why? Because we should know that there are certain things in our life that is very, very important for us to know. Some information, some knowledge, some understanding, and some experiences that will actually dilute the situation or give us a lot of clarity. And when this gives us a lot of clarity, then I can stay focused and I can decide. And when I have a lot of clarity, then I will not have that fear. I know all of us have been on an aeroplane, right? The most dangerous part of the flying is taking off and landing, right? The landing is even more interesting, right? Imagine the pilot is coming to the aeroplane, to the airport, and he can't see the runway. Would you think that the pilot will still land? No. The pilot must have a certain visibility, a certain side of visibility. Then only he will decide to land. If not, he will just go around. He couldn't find, if it's too foggy, he couldn't land, he'll go to a different airport. Why? It's a risk. Same thing in our life. If my vision is not clear, I cannot make decisions. That is why we have lists. And even if I want to make a decision, you see, I'm landing on a foggy airport, a runway, and there's a risk, you see. Another aeroplane may be there. Or I might overshoot. I might land at the side of the runway. You know? So the risks are there. Same thing with our life. We have fear in making decisions. We are very uncertain to make judgments. And it's very difficult for us to decide certain things, to get cooperation, very difficult for us to give cooperation to others, to face situations, because a lot of uncertainty. So now, I would like to share with you some practices that will actually clear the fog. We will look into this aspect. Now, these are not quick fix. It's not like, even if you have a headache, you take a Panadol, and then the headache will go away instantly. It's not like that. It is something, because sometimes our illnesses, our pain, our difficulty that we are going through in our life, it's very deep. It's very deep. So I need to practice this. And this practice will allow me to slowly come out of this challenge and slowly give me clarity. That means, like, imagine my vision is becoming okay slowly. Right? So let me share with you some slides. So we have gone through, these are the 4 things that we have gone through, right? And these are the questions that we asked. What are the practices? We looked into 4 things that we really need to address in our life. We need to discriminate a lot of things. We need to have good judgment. We need to face a lot of things, right? And we need to have cooperation. These 4 things are very, very crucial and important in our daily life. But how to do it? How to get over it? First, okay? First, for a person to have a good discrimination power, if I want to discriminate, if I want to know it's true or false, right or wrong, yes or no, I must be able to withdraw myself. Because situations and circumstances from within and from outside my body, right, actually has a lot of influence in my discrimination. Okay? So this influences is what gives the vision a blur sight. Okay? So example that is being used is a tortoise. A tortoise can actually retract his limbs and head into the shell, Same thing. We must be able to withdraw ourselves from our 2 main things, basically, Of course, you can withdraw from your sense organs. That will be very good, right? No, become detached. Like as like what when you're sleeping. When you're sleeping, you're not aware of your sense organs. But two things only we need to pay attention now. I need to withdraw from the responsibilities that I have. Because when I am thinking, I have a lot of responsibilities. For time being, for that particular moment, I should withdraw myself from all my responsibilities and also all my relationships. Now, this relationship is from your family and your friends. And also, the best part is that if it's possible, the relationship with your own body. Now, why this is very important? Because I have to be my real self. My real self. See, when I say that, oh, this is my shirt, right? My shirt. This shirt belongs to me. I am not the shirt. This is a simple example that you have maybe heard many times. And the same thing goes. This is my body. I am using my body to experience and to express myself. But I am actually a living being. And this understanding should be very, very clear. That I, a living being in this physical body, is playing my part. Then I, the living being, through this body, am experiencing all the qualities. I'm expressing all the qualities, right? And I am having a give and take with others, right? But it's me, my real self. So I actually have to experience being my real self, detached. So the idea here is that if I want to become very clear in discrimination, I must become a detached observer. I must observe through my sense organs. Whatever I see, I must be an observer. Like you're watching movies. You're watching movies from TV. You are not involved in that. But sometimes we become involved. People who are acting on the movie, they are paid to cry, right? They are paid to cry, to experience sorrow. Paid, they are paid. But we are paying to cry, right? you pay bills for your television, right? You're paying bills to cry because somebody else is acting or creating a scene of sadness or sorrow or pain. Same thing. I must be an observer. I must observe my role, my responsibility. I must observe my relationship with everyone around me, right? I must become an observer of my feelings. I must become an observer of my sense organs. That means, like an example, you can see, but you are not affected by it. Because assume you are looking at something and you can't do anything about it. What would come to your mind? So I am just an observer, right? I can't do anything. You can see the number of virus is increasing. Can you do anything about it? You're just looking at the information. And it's hot. You are standing under the sun. You have no choice. You can't move. You have to be an observer, no? Oh, it's hot. Yeah, I feel hot. So what can I do? I can't do anything about it. If you are not in the position to control the sun, the moon, the stars, the rain, you can't control about it, anything about it. So basically, if I can simulate, I must create an awareness and simulate in my mind the feeling that I am actually a detached observer of all the situations and relationships and responsibilities in my life. And then I just be myself. Now, why we have to do that? Because for me, to really make decisions, to discriminate yes or no, wrong or right, I must not be influenced by anything, externally or internally. I must never be influenced. Very important aspect. Okay? And another reason is I need to keep my mind peaceful. Okay? I need to keep my mind peaceful. I need to keep my mind happy. I need to keep my mind with all the qualities that actually I wanted in my life. You know, everybody in this world, they want to be peaceful, they want to be happy, they want to be loving. Right? Agree or not? Is there anybody in the world who don't want these things? Everybody wants it. But I need to really be detached. Then I can really experience these things from within myself. Because why we have to experience this as an observer? Because being an observer helps you to experience it. Why? Because that these things are our original qualities. Peace is your original quality. That is why we can be peaceful for a longer period of time compared to being angry for a longer period of time. It's like you have a hot cup of coffee. Then you put it on the table. Will it be hot all the time? No, why not? Because the original temperature of the coffee will be the original temperature of the surroundings, right? Ambient temperature. Same thing. The original quality of myself as a living being is actually peace, love, happiness, willpower, purity, wisdom or truth. All these things are my innate qualities. But because I have not become a detached observer, I have not withdrawn myself inside to experience it, I try to begin to experience it from outside. Now, when I do that, what actually happens? I can get happiness from others temporarily from outside. I can get love from people temporarily. I can be happy due to possessions of people who is with me, but these are just temporary. The moment it goes away, then I don't feel these things. One example that people used to give is that a person actually has a dream to buy a very expensive car. That is his life dream. So he worked very hard. He said that if I get the car, I'll be happy. So he worked very hard. After so many years, he saved enough money, then he managed to buy the car. So what will be his feeling when he's seeing the car, he's sitting in the car, and he's driving the car? What will be his feeling? He will be happy, right? But then he get a phone call. Oh, your mother is admitted in the hospital. She's very sick. What will happen to his happiness? His happiness now does not depend on the car anymore, right? Because his happiness now depends on the health of his mother. Can you see? So possessions will not give people possessions. They will not give you permanent happiness, permanent peace, permanent love. No. That is why sometimes we are going here and there to get these things. Temporarily, yes, but then in the long run, I will be deprived. So I will have a lot of feelings of being rejected, being not loved, being not peaceful. I will go through a lot of experience because I'm looking out. So when I practice withdrawal, when I practice being a detached observer, I can actually experience all this. Now this in return allows me to make good discrimination decisions. Okay? I will be very clear because I'm looking from inside. It's like people are saying, think outside the box. No? If you're inside the box, you are actually an observer. If you are outside the box, you are actually a detached observer. You can look in all four directions. Right? So let us do some exercise. Right? So what I want you all to do is sit relax, sit comfortably. You can close your eyes. If you want to keep your eyes open, it's okay. Just rest your eyes on the point in front of you, just to bring yourself into focus. It's good to keep your eyes open because we always face situations and challenges with our eyes open. So that means that if I am creating a thought to overcome any difficulties in my life, I have to do it with my eyes open. I have to take that responsibility. And that is why sometimes it's good to go through reflection or meditation or whatever you call it, with your eyes open. Okay? So just relax, take deep breath, breathe in deeply and slowly. Feel the energy in your body. Feel your neck and head. Feel your neck and feel your face. You can feel your whole body. Now, I would like to feel an observer. An observer wherever I let go of all my responsibilities at this moment of time. I have no responsibility. I allow myself to be free from any responsibility. Any thoughts of responsibility that comes to my mind, I tell myself, now I just an observer. I'm free from I'm totally free. Not that I'm not thinking about it. These thoughts do come. But I remind myself that I'm a detached observer. I would like to observe without being involved in any of my responsibilities. Now, an observer, a detached observer to my relationship. My relationship with everyone, every. I observe this relationship. It is not that I feel that I have to do something, that I'm responsible. No, I'm just an observer. I can't do anything about it. So let go. Time being. All my responsibilities in relationship. I observe everything that I can see, that I can feel, Can't do anything about it. I'm detached. An observer. I can experience myself. It's a pure point of life. The center of life. I am a living area. An expression. It's a being of life. Using this body as a vehicle. I'm an observer. I even observe my body. Body is a vehicle. This is in all the situations and circumstances that is happening around me. That I go through. Actually related. That I am an observer. I observe this. How to detach, to develop the ability to discriminate, because I will not be by anything external or internal. Because I detach. So let's get back to our senses. So one thing is to be detached, right? So that is what we call withdrawal. Being the power into withdrawal, to be an observer. The second ability that we need to develop for me to make good in decision making, especially when I have a lot of choices in my life. You have a list of choices. Yes, yeah, I'm going to do it. Like just now, I want to eat fruits, cereal. The same thing in our life, we need to make a lot of judgments. We got a lot of options, a lot of opinions. I really need to have to check up. Now, how do I do that? How do I do that? I actually have to have a control of the traffic of my thoughts. I need to keep checking myself. What am I thinking? You know, if you learned the art of meditation, you will learn about the thoughts that we create. We create a lot of thoughts. And we cannot stop thinking, actually. But the thing is that we can slow down our way of thinking. We can slow down our thoughts, bring it to a minimum, and we have a choice to create what type of thoughts we want to create. So the first type of thoughts that we create, we can have positive thoughts, necessary thoughts, ordinary thoughts. But the most challenging part is that we naturally create a lot of waste thoughts. That means we worry a lot. We worry about our past. No, we always think about our past. Can you change your past? Can anybody in this world change their past?
No.
Do you know your future?
No.
No. But we worry about our past. We worry about our future. Right?
Yeah.
Can you change another person?
No.
No.
But we worry about other person, no? Right? They are our responsibility, yes. But you see, when you have a responsibility, you tend to worry about it. You are not solving a problem. You're creating more problems. So worrying itself is waste. It is not going to make me productive. So, and also, I need to check whether I'm getting irritated or not. I'm getting distressed or not. Or am I greedy over some things? Or am I do I have a very high self-respect, or is my self-respect is very low? Or at that moment of time, do I have inferiority complex or superiority complex? I need to check. Normally, we don't check. We just go with the flow. And when people ask, that's me, we say, that's me. But we don't understand all these things. Worrying about the past, future, about others. And when I don't check myself about whether I am irritated, angry, disturbed, do I have any greed at that moment? Do I have any, inferiority complex at that moment of time? So anything, I need to stop. I need to stop. So I can take 1 minute per hour, or 1 minute in 2 hours. Just to 1 minute, 1 minute is very fast. Just to stop. Stop everything that I'm doing, because sometimes when you're doing physical things, your mind is carried away. You stop. Observe. Miss, I must do my own checking. I must check. What am I thinking? Am I thinking waste? Am I worrying? No, then I have to change. I need to change the way I'm thinking. The problem is, from the moment I wake up until I go to bed, I don't check. But I check when before sleep, I will do my journaling. If I do, then it's too late, because you are not correcting. It's like in industry, when we are producing a car, if you are not checking at all the time, the moment the car comes out from the factory, then you have defects. When you have a defective car, then nobody will buy the car. Same thing. In our life, damage has been created, or we create a lot of damage, we make a lot of mistakes, because along with our journey, we don't check our thoughts frequently. I don't stop, I don't observe, and I don't steer my thoughts. I must take it away. If it's worrying, I must take it away. I must tell myself, there is no point in worrying. Instead of worrying about the past, I must learn from the past. Just check, okay, yeah, it happened. Yes, I accept it. Now, what did I learn from that? So that I don't do it in the future, right? Now, instead of worrying about the future, I need to plan for the future. Okay, these are the things may happen. So what is my plan? So planning is not worrying. Worrying is not planning. Okay? So I must learn. Learning is not worrying. Worrying is not learning. So my past and future, other people, I don't have full control of other future. I don't have a remote control to say, speak, stop, walk, sit. No, nobody is an animal, no? Even animals sometimes won't listen to you, right? So I cannot control another person. So, but I can observe and speak. What am I thinking about the other person? This is something we need to check. Am I having any negative feelings towards the other person? Am I not happy with the other person? Am I irritated with the other person? I have to stop and check and check and say, if I am not happy with the other person, now who is not happy? I am not happy. Now the bottom line is, I am not happy. It's not about other person, it's me, I'm not happy. Why am I not happy? I must check and change. The other person should not influence my happiness. Easy to say than done, right? People can say yes, but you have to stop, check, observe, and hear. You have to bring your mind. Now for that, you have to do it frequently. The frequent that you do, the better it is. It's like a control, you know, you have control over your way of your doing. And the other thing that we need to do is actually, you know, just now I was sharing with you, we have to face a lot of things in our life, right? Things which is beyond my control, right? I have to face it. And things which are within my control, things which is beyond my control, I have to face it. Within my control, you know, I have to tolerate it, right? Now, this tolerance and facing are both connected, no? Both connected. One example that we can see is this mango tree. A person who throws a stone on the mango tree, his intention is not to hurt the mango tree. His intention is to get mango from the tree. Sometimes people are behaving in a way where they say something, they do something to us, but actually their intention is not to hurt us. Their intention is actually to get something from us. Maybe they want our attention. These are the things that I really need to pay attention to, right? So anything that is actually that is happening in my life, I need to tolerate. Now, how do I do that? You see, have you seen a cassette player where you play music or songs, or either you play or record? What is happening in our life is that we are always recording. We are always absorbing the vibrations and feelings from people. When I'm absorbing feelings and vibrations from people, I will always get affected by it. Then I cannot tolerate. Then I cannot face the situation. Okay? So what I need to do is that I need to change it. I need to start playing instead of recording. You see, sometimes people want peace, then they go to the beach or they go to the forest, then they become peaceful, right? They say they get peace from the ocean, from the forest, because it's very quiet. Because the atmosphere is peaceful. When you're going there, you are absorbing. Yes, but when you come back to your house, it's peaceless. See, the peace must come from inside, not from outside. So what I need to do is that I need to understand that I am originally a peaceful being. And I need to give good wishes and pure feelings to everyone. I must give. If I meet a person, I must say that, okay, let me bless him with peace. Let me bless him with love. Regardless who they are, they can be your villain in your life, you know. They can be playing a part of throwing the stone on you because the intention is not to hurt you, but actually to take fruits from you. Okay? So I need to give. I need to be a bestower. I need to give good wishes and pure feelings to all the souls in this world, whoever you come into interaction with. You made a list, people who you are not happy with, right? Who you cannot tolerate, right? You start giving good wishes to them. You may think, how will it work? But you won't understand. It's energy, it's feeling. Even when people say, even if when you're speaking, your words only have few percentage only. Your body language, your intention carries more weight. Same thing. Our intention carries more weight. Our intention is in the form of good wishes and pure feelings. So if I have these good wishes and pure feelings coming from my heart to every soul that is in connection with me, to the elements of nature, then automatically I am able to tolerate anything in my life. You see, if I have a body pain, I can give vibrations of peace and love to my body. If I have a problem with another person, I can give a lot of vibrations of love, peace to another person. Regardless whether that person changes or not, the person's behavior changes or not. No. Because the tolerance is on my side, not on their side. Then, what is going to happen now? I need to get cooperation from the other side. I need to accommodate. Can you see a river that flows? The river will not flow straight. It will go through some rock and it will divert. I need to accommodate. If I want to get cooperation from every soul in this world, everyone in this world, and if I want to give cooperate, I want to be cooperative to everybody, I need to accommodate because everybody is unique and individual. I must accept it. So for that, I need to put a full stop. Full stop. I must consciously put a full stop to the past. If somebody does something, I have to put a full stop. Sometimes we say it's not easy to forgive. It's not easy to forget, yes, but I must consciously allow myself to put a full stop because if I don't do that, it's going to take a toll on me to get cooperation from that person or to be cooperative to that person. Imagine if I remember somebody's weaknesses, somebody's defects, what will be my relationship? What will be my relationship? My relationship will be very distant because I'm remembering whatever they have done. So that person may be remembering whatever I have done. So I need to put a full stop. Whatever I have done, I must forgive myself. Full stop. Past is past. You can't change it, no? But the other person also, whatever he has done, past is past. You can't change whatever has happened. This main thing we need to understand. If I can put a full stop consciously, so these are the things that I need to practice. I need to withdraw myself, be a detached observer, you know? And frequently I need to stop, observe, and steer my thoughts so that I don't have any worrying, any negative thoughts about things or people or about myself. And I need to start giving good wishes and pure feelings to every living being and nature so that I will not be absorbing the negative vibrations. Because when I'm giving, I'm not taking. And I need to put a full stop so that I can accommodate. I can accommodate. So that I can get cooperation from everything. So the 4 challenges that I will mention just now will be addressed here. Okay, the withdrawal actually addresses the discrimination ability. The pack up actually addresses the judgment ability. No? The tolerate actually addresses the facing ability. And the accommodate actually addresses the operative ability. Okay? So these are some things that I would like to share with you. So with that, I would like to thank you. And I know after this, you will have a meditation session. And in this meditation session, I would like you to reflect on that and see what are the things that you can empower yourself with and allow yourself to be very clear and be very focused. And these are practices that you have to carry on with. Okay? So thank you very much.
Thank you, Brother Murli.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you so much for all the valuable tools that you've shared with us. I'm sure it must have been very, very helpful, informative for many of you. Is that so? If it is, you can just wave. Okay, so that's our virtual, yes.
Thank you very much.
They're
Murli.
saying-
You have done so well. So happy. And from my heart, I send you blessings. Although you're getting blessing from Baba, but I'm also baby of Baba, so I can also send you the blessings. Thank you very much. And I will
Thank you.
ask you, can I get the video and the PowerPoints as sister? I also asked.
Yes. Yes, this video actually, I was just gonna about to announce this video will be uploaded on our YouTube channel. The channel's name is Los Angeles Brahmakumaris, and you can actually see we upload all of our workshop videos in our YouTube channel. So if you can give us like 1 or 2 days, by Monday the video will be uploaded, and you can go to our website and to our YouTube channel and you can see it. Okay,
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
so Brother Murli, thank you so much for being with us, for traveling a ticket-free flight, virtual flight to USA. And thank you for everyone for participating. And I'm sure, as I mentioned, it was a very, very interactive and a very informative class. So thank you, Brother Murli. And we will continue with our evening meditation, 6:30 to 7:30. Okay, Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, thank you.
Thank you.